Hello everybody, this is Stephen Dumeng, the Mixer. As you all know, I'm here with Rich Pabon, a fellow Victory Combat Sports amateur MMA fighter, and wow, I'm excited. Again, as always, we got some amateur MMA coming your way tomorrow night, and Victory Combat Sports 5 is delivering the goods. We have all kinds of prospects like this man right here. Tell me all about yourself.
Well, my name is Rich Pabon. I'm from Bayshore, New York. I grew up mostly on Long Island. I mostly wrestled throughout all my life. I wrestled throughout middle school, throughout high school. I dabbled in a little bit of Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. I actually just started fighting since October. And since then I've had about 6 fights. This will be my 7th fight. I've had 2 wins, 2 losses, a draw, and a no contest.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, I've been...
You've had everything.
Yeah, a little bit of variety. So it's been a good experience. Regardless of anything, wins, losses, it is amateur. So, you know, you have to soak up as much experience as you can get. You can't dwell on the losses. Regardless, you know, the whole goal is to go pro. So when you do go pro, none of those wins or losses really matter except for the experience. So, you know, I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to compete in the sport I love, the sport I'm passionate about. And it's just freedom. MMA is freedom. So I'm all about just experimenting and seeing what I can accomplish, seeing what I can do, seeing what I'm made of. You know, and it's not out of malice, or it's not out of, you know, I just want to hurt people. It's really just
bleed.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's not about that. You know, even though that is a very prominent aspect of the sport, the point of me competing in mixed martial arts, especially as a man of God, is the discipline and the challenge of it, and seeing, you know, how I can utilize what I've trained in the ring against another opponent respectfully, you know. But it is a rough sport. It's a tough sport, and you know, you're in there to battle, and afterwards you shake hands and you're friends, and that's it.
Speaking of battle, you have a fight lined up for Victory Combat Sports. You'll be fighting at 135 pounds. Tell us a little bit about your opponent and kind of the strategy you intend to take.
All right, well, all I really know about from my opponent is that he trains at Henzo Gracie, Brooklyn, I believe, and Takahiro Ishikawa. I believe he's from Japan. He's 1-1-1. So that's really the extent of what I know about him. I mean, obviously, if he's training at Henzo, he's going to be good on the ground. He's going to have a solid ground game. So my game plan really for this fight is just to be like water, just to be flexible, just to be elusive, have good, solid technique, and let the rest happen as it will. I just have to be good in all areas. It is MMA, so I have to be ready for whatever he's going to throw at me on the ground. I have to be ready for whatever he's going to throw at me on the hands and feet. Wherever the fight goes, I need to be prepared. Even if it's an area of discomfort, I need to be sharp. I need to be relaxed. I need to be poised, but I need to be aggressive. I need to push the pace, and I believe that I can push the pace. If I can push the pace on the hands and feet, I can shut his game down, and I'm confident in my wrestling enough to use it in reverse to keep him from getting to his comfort, which is the ground.
Which sounds like a very, very effective game plan. You'll more than likely try to be implementing that as soon as the fight begins tomorrow night. And I know you're amateur right now. Usually when you go pro, a lot of fighters, actually I've been talking to quite a few fighters today, is one question I actually asked every single fighter, almost every single fighter. Do you intend to stay at 135? There's flyweight at 125. Do you intend to bulk up to 145? What are your options when you go pro?
Well, it's a very good question. The popular thing that I see with pro fighters a lot is there's always a decent weight cut. So if you're walking around naturally at 135, they'll fight at 125. If you're walking around naturally at 170, they usually fight at 155, or even as low as 145. Or some guys, you even see them go down to 135. There's all these crazy weight cuts. My personal philosophy is, if as a martial artist, you can't be competitive at your natural weight and in shape at that natural weight all the time and compete against other opponents whether they outweigh you or not, then there's an issue there as far as technique goes and just execution of your game plan. So I naturally walk around no heavier than 136, 137. When I go pro, I might bulk up a little bit just to gain some strength, not really for the sake of bulking. A natural byproduct of strength training is putting on some muscle, but I would really never want to get heavier than 145. And then the weight cut would be little to nothing. I mean, you burn that in one practice. So it's just a matter of solid technique, solid conditioning, you know, fighting for me where you naturally sit, and being competitive there, and then you're really proving something. And not that I care about proving anything, but that's my philosophy. So the goal now is just to enjoy amateur. When I do go pro, I'll take it from there. I'll see how my body responds, and it'll just be a natural progression.
Absolutely. Everybody, Victory Combat Sports, this gentleman, a future prospect. Hopefully one day you'll be seeing him in the likes of Bellator, UFC, along with the rest of the awesome fighters Victory Combat Sports has been bringing us through amateur MMA. There's going to be a lot of great fights. Stay tuned to Victory Combat Sports. More events coming up down the pipeline. I'm very excited. I'm sure he's very excited.
Very pumped.
Everyone watching at home will be excited because we're excited, and we're here live at Henzo Gracie's. And let me tell you, as one Long Islander to another, I live in Levittown, brother. So I work in Bayshore.
I know the struggle.
Exactly. As one Long Island to another, I wish you nothing but the best of luck, and thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you.